Welcome back to our channel, Lady Ferns. We had just spent the last several weeks in Arkansas working on my green card application. Now that that was completed, we were headed back to Oklahoma, where we were going to visit Tara's family one last time before heading north in search of cooler weather for the summer. And of course, while we were there, we found ourselves in the crosshairs of yet another Oklahoma storm. And no matter how scary I find the storms sometimes, I also find myself equally in awe at the beauty of them all. From the amazing colors, the cloud formations, the thunder, and the lightning. Well, you know you're back in Oklahoma when you're casually out for breakfast and you see the main street of a town get shut down so that a wind turbine blade can make its way through the streets and onto its next destination. It truly is impressive how large each individual blade is. After breakfast, we stopped to get an oil change done before we headed north for the summer. And it was then that we saw the current state of our air filter after being in Arkansas for a few weeks. Definitely looked like the critters had been busy. Thankfully, that was the only evidence of them. However, that was not to be the last of our excitement for the day. We found ourselves yet again in another severe weather advisory, and we were pretty much right in the middle of the higher risk zone. It's times like these, a lot of stuff just gets thrown in the bowler without a lot of thought. The reality is, in cases like this, it's not just the tornadoes we worry about. It's also the risk of severe hail that can come along with this type of weather. As we live in a fiberglass RV, we're always concerned about what kind of damage hail can do to the fiberglass shell. As such, we always seem to be seeking some sort of shelter to park our fiberglass bowler under, predominantly just to protect it from the hail. We were in luck today as one of the people that live on Tara's family street had offered a space inside of their workshop for us to park the bowler and the truck. And we were ever so thankful for that opportunity, as this way we wouldn't have to worry so much about the hail with this upcoming storm. With the truck and bowler now secured as best as we could, we now awaited for the storm's arrival. And when the storm did arrive, multiple tornadoes did touch down in the state of Oklahoma.
Tuttle, but if you live east of Tuttle, safe spot, lowest level, center part of the house, interior bathroom, don't panic, just go. You gotta go if you live. There's the tornado. There's the tornado shock. Tornado does continue. We'll get a storm track. Tornado. Did we see anything in debris detector? Go ahead, Hank, take it.
I can see it on the ground, David. There's a well-defined cone about 3/4 of the way to the ground. That's what you're seeing in that cone on the ground. And folks, here's the thing about this. You're not going to see it until you're right up underneath it. I was like a mile and a half away from it, and I couldn't see it until it finally popped out of that wrapping rain.
And that's about when our TV reception started to glitch in and out.
When it's coming to your house from the south, you're not going to...
And shortly after, a tornado was announced in our county.
You want to be...
And then the tornado sirens began. Oh, they're getting closer.
That was here. Here,
nesting. You guys are all in that. This
nesting?
It's for this.
You just said that?
It's getting lower and lower and lower. I think that there's a pretty good chance this thing is going to produce a tornado pretty soon. So we're just about maybe a mile and a half southwest of it. We're turning east right now. We're trying to get right back under it again.
It's headed to Bridge Creek, and then after that, it's coming into the Southwest Metro. It's coming into the Southwest Metro. Let's take it. Go ahead, Jim Gardner. Right here, right here, right here. Okay, hang on a second, folks. Okay,
Yeah,
tornado.
that might be some condensation coming up off the ground.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Jim, okay, there it is.
That looks like a
Jim, here we go.
It's on the
Here we
ground.
go,
There we
Jim.
go, David.
Tornado on the ground.
There it is, Jim.
6 miles to the southwest of Bridge Creek, moving up I-44
from
towards
Tuttle,
Bridge Creek right
that
now.
went
Tornado warning for
Bridge
Bridge Creek.
Okay, there we go. So new tornado warning now for this storm. Jim's right there.
We haven't really seen anything on the ground yet, but the rain curtains have really picked up. You can see the motion from our shot, David, and it's right there in the center is what we were kind of focused on.
Here we go. Tornado developing right now. Tornado developing right now. This is going to be at County Line at Highway 9. This is going to be State Highway 76, basically, and the spur. Okay, this is going to be southwest of Newcastle. Okay, tornado on the ground.
By 3.5
Jim
miles.
Gardner, take it. Tornado on the ground. Go ahead.
That's right, David. It looks like it's right over the top of the spur from my vantage point, but yeah, it's still developing, David. There's a lot of motion, a lot of rotation, and it almost gets tight and it kind of falls apart like that, then it'll come together again. But this is definitely a tornado. I haven't seen it all the way to the ground yet. Of course, the rain is starting to really obscure some of my vision here. But again, there is a lot of action with this, David, and there we go. Now we're starting to tighten up again.
We spent the better part of the day watching the storm and evaluating our risk, using tools such as the local weather network, our favorite weather YouTubers, and weather apps. Quite a few tornadoes dropped this day, not only in Oklahoma, but in surrounding states. One thing that truly always amazes me is that if you're not in the colorful cluster, you could have the most beautiful day either before or after it arrives. It's kind of like in the movies. After the storm passes, the rainbows come out, birds start chirping, and the sun is shining. So much beauty amongst so much possible devastation. Since we were now behind the storm lines, I decided to pop the drone up and watch the storm as it continued on its way. The next morning, we found the cutest little turtle by Tara's parents' front steps. We took him in for a little while and deliberated on what was best to do with him. Our best bet was that he was seeking shelter during last night's storm. Today, we would be leaving Oklahoma, heading north seeking cooler temperatures. So we wanted to find just the perfect spot to put the little guy before we hit the road again. Once we found a spot that we were content to leave him at, we finished packing up and were ready to hit the road. Stella always seems to know when it's packing day. Backing up, getting ready to hit the road. Stella does not want to get left behind. She just loves a life of adventure and a life on the road. Any form of transportation, and she will gladly go. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more videos of our adventures as we head north, seeking cooler weather as the temperatures begin to soar.